Hi everyone and welcome to our channel. Today we are going to see one of the C programming concept, which is nothing but the structures concept. In our previous videos, we have seen some C programming concepts like arrays and the functions concept and various other concepts like pointers, dynamic memory allocation, etc. And as you can see, the disadvantage of arrays is arrays will store only the homogeneous data. For example, if you consider an array like int array of 10, which means array of size 10, and every element we need to store should be of same type, which is nothing but integer. Here the disadvantage is homogeneous types, right? So in order to overcome that disadvantage, we come up with one more concept called structures. Structures will allow the users to create their own data type. Okay. Now see, the syntax will look like this. Struct. Okay. This is a struct keyword. Struct, the structure name, and the various variable types you want to declare. You can declare here. And the size of the structure will be sum of sizes of all the declarations we made here. Okay. See the example so that it will be clear. See here, struct employee. Employee is of structure type. And see the declarations we made. Generally, what will an employee will have? Employee will have an ID, name, age, the department he is working on, and the salary. Okay. Now you can see here, this is a user defined type, right? Employee is a user defined type. Generally, it is not available as a predefined or from with compiler or with inbuilt. You can observe that we made it using structures concept. And in order to access the elements of the structure, we can access in two ways majorly. The first way is using the structure variable by using the dot operator, and the next one using the structure pointer using the arrow or the direction operator. Okay. Now let's see with an example. Okay. Now let's see here. This is my editor. Let me create a struct employee, and see struct employee followed by the elements, right? Int ID and age also I'm considering here itself. ID and age are integers, and the character array means strings. Name is a character array, and the department he was working is also a character array. And then let me take the salary as a double data type. Okay. Now structure has been created. So let me create a structure variable then. Structure variable struct struct, okay, followed by the structure name and the structure variable, for example, employee1. Okay. And I'm going to assign his details, employee1 dot id. This is structure variable, right? That's why I'm using the dot operator. Employee1 dot id equal to some 100. Employee1 dot some age equal to 25, and employee1 dot salary equal to some 15,250.56 paise or rupees. Okay. And then let me use the strcpy function to copy the name into this name array. Okay. Now employee1 here. Okay. strcpy of employee1 dot name is the destination. What we need to copy? Let the name be Ram. Similarly, strcpy means string copy employee1 dot department. Into the department, copy the sales. Okay. In this way, we can assign the values to the structure. Okay. Now let me print the details. Printf employee details, right? Employee details are now. Let me access them. Printf, the first one is ID %d. The next one is name %s. And the next one is the department. So again %s. And his age and his salary. Okay. age. Salary is double. Okay. Now let's see here. Each one, right? ID means employee one dot ID, employee one dot name, employee one dot department he was working, employee one dot age, employee one dot salary, right? Variables are clear, right? See, this is used to assign the values and I'm printing the values. Okay, let me save this. We used a strcpy, right? So I need to include a header file, hash include string.h, right? Let me copy this, let me save this and execute. See, the details of the employee has been printed. I created a structure and I printed the details. Next one is using a pointer, right? So let me create a pointer star p of type structure employee. Now, in order to take that, in order to refer it, p equal to ampersand of employee one means the pointer will refer to the employee one. Okay. Now, in order to access the elements using pointer, you need to take this arrow operator. Okay. Now see, I am changing everything. I'm going to access using the pointer variable p arrow, right? And see here also p arrow and p followed by arrow department. Now let me print the same here. P this one. Okay. Hold on, there is no dot. Okay. The next thing was p arrow name, p arrow and department, right? P arrow department, p arrow age I need to take, p arrow age. And the next thing was p arrow salary. Now let me save this. Then let me execute one more time. Now you can see the same detail. There is no change in that. In the previous case, I used a dot operator. Why? Because I consider the structure variable. But now I use an arrow operator because I consider the structure pointer. This is structure variable. Dot operator and arrow operator very important. Okay. And the next thing was we can store the structure variables into an array also. Now see that. Let me take an array then. Let me remove this array ARR. For example, 2 employees. Okay. Let me remove this one. Okay. Employee 1 and employee 2. Let me take that employee 2 also. Now let me assign that data for employee 1. Employee 1 dot ID. Okay. Now employee 1 dot age, employee 1 dot salary. Similarly, the name, right? Employee 1 dot name and his department. Employee 1 dot department has been taken. Now similarly, let me copy out this and paste it here one more time. Why? Because we will go for employee 2 details also. Employee 2 dot ID is equal to 101. Employee 2 dot age equal to some 27. Employee 2 dot some salary equal to some 16,250 rupees. Employee 2 dot name, his name is Sham, and his department is administration department. Let me write as administration. Okay. This is regarding employee 1 details and employee 2 details. Let me store those 2 variables into an array. ARR of 0 means first element will be employee 1. ARR of 1 means second element in the array will be employee 2. Right? Just like we will take like array of 0 equal to 10, array of 1 equal to 20, like that. I take an employee 1 and employee 2. Okay. Now let's see, let's print the details. Before that, let me take the index variable, or let me consider as I. Why? Because in order to iterate over the this array, okay, for I equal to 0, I less than 2 means 2 elements, I plus plus. Let me, okay, print out here. Let me remove these things, paste it here. See, printf employee, let me put a percentage d here, and let me write I plus 1. Why? Because it will print a message that employee 1 details, employee 2 details, like that. Okay. Now this everything is same. Here I need to take the array, right? Array of I dot id. Similarly, let me copy out this one, array of I. Let me copy and paste it here. Okay. Array of I dot name, array of I dot department, array of I dot age, array of I dot salary. For example, if you see first time I equal to 0, then employee 1 details will be printed. I will become 1, then next employee details will be printed, like that. Okay. Let me save this and execute. Can you able to see employee 1 details are his details, Ram, sales department and salary, and this is Sham, ID, administration department, everything. Right? You can see a simple thing. You can store the reference variables, means structure variables inside an array also. And the next concept is unions concept. Okay. And there is nothing much to discuss about unions. Why? Because structures and unions both are similar, very similar. Use a different data type. Just like structure, you can access the elements, you can create structure variables, like that. Everything is similar. But the keyword used is union. Okay. And the major difference was the size difference will be there. Okay. Now let me tell you what is that. Structure, right? And union means you can write like this union. In order to create the union variable, you can write like this union. Okay, other than this, there will be no differences. And there are some differences to be noted. Those differences are, the first one is, if you consider the structure, the size of a structure variable is nothing but sum of sizes of all the individual elements here. For example, if integer takes 4 bytes, so ID takes 4 bytes, age takes 4 bytes, character takes 1 byte, right? So name of array means 10, size means 10 bytes. Department also takes 10 bytes. And for example, double takes 8 bytes, so it will be 8. So this will be size of the structure variable, means sum of the sizes of individual elements or individual data types. But whereas you consider union, the union size is nothing but max of all the sizes present in this union. For example, ID 4, age 4 bytes, name 10 bytes, and this is what? A department 10 bytes, salary is how much? 8 bytes, like this. Out of them, what is the maximum? 110, right? Like this. Okay. Union will give you the maximum among all these elements, all those sizes. But structure size will be sum of all the sizes of all the elements present in that structure. This is one difference. And another difference is what? When you consider that union, only maximum element size is allocated, right? Then how can you store all the elements then? So at a time you can access only one element inside a union, but structure is, there is no restriction like that, right? You can assign any number of elements, you can access any number of elements. But if you assign more than one element in union, then it affects the previously assigned element. Okay. These are some of the difference to be noted between structure and union. Okay. Practice this type of problems, and the structures and unions are really very important. Now let me show you the difference. Okay. Struct employee. Okay. Let me same copy this. Let me paste it here. Now this will be our union. Okay. Employee 2. Now let me remove this entire thing. Okay. Let me remove entire thing for our simplicity. We will make it easier. We will make our code easier. Okay. See, we will remove everything. Now this is a structure and this is a union. I will create a structure variable as yes. Okay. Employee yes means structure. Similarly, union employee, what was the name, right? Okay, employee 1, right? Here employee 1. This is employee 2, right? Employee 2. And empu is nothing but the union variable name. Now let me copy out this one, again paste it here. Now see the sizes. Okay, size of structure variable, okay, is %d. Let me remove this. And we need to write size of operator. Size of structure variable is what? emp-s. Similarly, let me remove this one. Let me copy and paste. Now you can see the difference between sizes. Okay. Size of union variable. Union variable is size of emp-u. Okay. Union variable. This is structure variable. Let me save this code and execute. Now you can see the difference in sizes, right? It was giving some of the all the element sizes, but it was going only the maximum size. So due to this memory differences, union having restrictions in assigning and accessing the content. Okay, practice this type of problems. And thanks for watching, guys. Please do like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.